Hello and welcome to another quick video where we're gonna try to build some stuff. I've had this idea for many years, and you always tell yourself you can find the time, or why don't find the time. But I thought about that now with tools like Cursor or Windsurf or similar IDEs or code editors, it's very easy to make anything pretty much, including mobile apps. So berry map, it's what it says on the tin. It's a map where you find berries and where you can map and put pins where you find berries. So it's always nice when you go hiking, that feeling that you get when you find some berries or some wild fruit or wild things, and you say, oh wow, that's so nice, let me taste it, and then it's amazing, and you wish to share it with more people. Well, there we go. So we're gonna go with our, well, it's all black, but our friendly Expo to make mobile apps, since I am React Native and React developer, full stack developer. So we're gonna use our friendly tools. We're gonna make an app with that. We'll call it berry map React Native, and of course all the code will be on GitHub, on my GitHub, github.com/that. So I'll put the repo, I'll put the link on the description of the video at the end. Hopefully we'll have some kind of working prototype in a couple of hours. Of course, that is all goes well, but we know our expectations are always super high and then they fall really short. I have Cursor Pro, but I don't think you need Cursor Pro to, I am working with a company and they provided that. I personally, I don't think I would pay at the moment. First of all, because I know how to code, but second of all, there's so many free AI tools that you can use, from ChatGPT, from Claude, and only as well, like if you have, for example, Zed. Let me go to the website so I can show you. It's my favorite IDE at the moment, or code editor. And yeah, it's very good. Oops, why is it showing like this?
Hey. And
it's very intelligent, etc. And let me show you the AI parts, if they have it highlighted. Not really. That's really strange. They didn't highlight the AI, which is not the biggest, but is one of the most cool things about this. Let me see if they have an AI. There you go. So it's similar to VS Code or other editors. You have the chat on the left. Can I make it bigger? You can chat in the code and ask for things. Change the icon size. You can highlight, of course, a lot of lines of code. You can change. This is a little icon to change the large language model. So you can pick different ones if for some reason those ones start giving you rubbish. And yeah, you have the code editor here. You have multiple things. You can have a drop down on different LLMs. You have slash commands, so you want to reference a file, you do slash and then you type the name of the file. Inline assist, as I was telling you, for small things this is very good. You can say, change the color of this button to white. And then you have prompt libraries, which actually I haven't used myself. I probably should. I have a couple of things that I keep on reusing, but not that many. And yeah, it supports so many things, and it's coming up hopefully in the latest release, Anthropic 3.7 thinking, which is the model that takes some time to respond, but in theory it's better for coding and for more complex tasks. So that's what we're gonna use, but I mean, I could start from scratch and I could go to the Expo and say quick start and run this, and probably we're gonna do iOS because iOS is a bit faster on the emulator. It's a bit faster on my Mac, but I notice that if we go to bolt.new, which is one of those websites where it can generate apps, it now supports mobile apps, and see, build a mobile app with Expo. I think I tried very quickly, but I didn't really try too much. So let's see. So one tip before we go, and you can enhance the prompt here already. So let's say you have like a 1 or 2 line idea of an app, of a web app or a mobile app. You can write that here and press go. I'm gonna sign in because I've been using this a little bit to start new projects, and so I'm paying for this. Okay. This is the Zen browser, and it's nice because it has these nice borders. It's a kind of borderless browser. See, the sidebar is on the left. I do not think it's by default, but I need to log in. So give me a second. I'll just log in, and hopefully without revealing my passwords. And of course, this is so slow. I'm just gonna move the window just in case, just in case. Because now I have a lot of things connected to GitHub, my GitHub account. If I lose GitHub account, I think it's number 2 in terms of accounts connected to after GitHub, after Google. What is going on with Bolt? How do I log in? Is it Google? I think I already did Google. I think I tried GitHub. No, stop. I didn't want to start. Fuck off. Where is the stop button? Hello, can you stop? There's no stop button. Okay. F off. Start a new chat. Build a mobile app with Expo. I haven't written this down. I haven't even thought about it more than 30 seconds today. So we're gonna come up with a prompt together. You're gonna enhance it. We're gonna try to enhance it here. We're gonna try to enhance it with Claude and those types of LLMs. And finally, we're gonna give it a very nice long instructions on how to get started with our mobile app. I was looking for this, which is here. So we're gonna do that here. Let's write it here. Let's see if we come up with something. Or let's do it actually visually. I'm a little visual today, if that's a thing people say. So we need an app, right? And actually, one cool thing, if you have a bit of a design aspect, you can design, you can draw, you can use Figma. Here, there's an import from Figma. So I haven't tried it myself here, but if you have a design, you can also attach images. You can draw on a piece of paper, literally, take a photo, put it here and say, make an app that looks like this. And it's gonna try to do its best. So when did they introduce this? Just as a curiosity. This space is moving so fast. It's sometimes it's hard to keep up. So this was less than 10 days ago. They announced Figma integration. Let's have a look at the video together. Oh wow, that's very good. You just copy the link, and in theory, with that, is gonna do the thing. You don't even have to paste the link anywhere. I would say pasting the link is not a difficult thing. It's not it wouldn't be a bad solution because it's so much faster than typing. But anyway, we have to probably try that one day. Oh, and let me open Figma just for those who haven't used it lately or don't know much about it. Let me turn off my GPU thingy. So sometimes I use Figma for little banners for one project I'm working on. See, this is how let me open this here so you can see the entire window. Yeah, this is how I make my thumbnails. It's very simple. You have text, images here, and of course anything promotional wise, marketing, that's very useful to use. But one thing I wanted to show you is that you have this thing called community, if I'm not wrong. So I was looking for a brochure there some time ago, but yeah, you can discover a lot of free designs pretty much. So if you're looking for a map mobile app, let's see what comes out. See all search results, and there's a lot of hearts, so people like. Can I make it bigger for you guys? No. So this is a navigation app. I guess you could literally copy this link, put it into bold, and it's gonna try its best to design that or code that. But that's not what we really want. What is this thing? Oh, you can find your electric vehicle chargers. Mapping pages. So that's mainly a login and then a map with dots. Okay, that's not very good. But, you know, if we get some inspiration out of this, I guess you have a search, which we'll definitely need. So let's actually start writing something. Open my editor in this folder. I normally start with a file called roadmap.md. Oops. Oh, I created a new thing. Okay, no. I normally start with a roadmap.md file. And either write myself or ask, you know, an AI model like Claude 3.7 Sonnet. Or if you have access to other ones, or even like the thinking ones like O3 Mini. Is that a thinking one? I forget, there's so many of them now. It's hard to keep up. Can I write thinking? There's Flash Thinking from Google. You can just put the API key and you say, you know, the same thing that you normally ask these thinking models. But what did it start with? Just so I can start with the same text. Build a mobile app that maybe a roadmap is better. Roadmap prompt. Build a mobile app that allows users to find locations where GPS locations, maybe. to be exact, because yeah, it normally you don't have addresses. GPS locations where other community members have pointed their places where berries the fruit. Different type of berries where community members have pinpointed places where they found different. So that's the first generic overall thing. Main, let's call it main features. Let's see what the LLM is saying. It's not a main feature, the registration. Yeah, we definitely need a photo or photos. View and edit existing berries. If you are a moderator or admin in that country, or should you be a moderator in any place regardless, or admin, comma, super moderator. I'm gonna be overkill, or admin, of course. I will be this super moderator, for example, or super community person is somebody who hikes like 50% of the year, and of course that person will be in multiple countries. Or maybe a moderator is just a moderator in that country. Moderators can have that. Database schema, notification for berries in new areas. That's a later thing, because that's in my experience it takes a little time. I do need to remember, sorry if I'm going a bit of a tangent, but I do need to remember there's a some cool, pretty sure it's open source notification system that starts with the letter N. That maybe NU? Novu, that's it. So this is something I think we could definitely use. See, it has push notifications. This is called an in-app notification system. I guess this is a blog post. It's not really clear to me. You can use it very easily with Next.js, for example, Remix, React, of course. Let's see, they have different. Oh yeah, now they make it easier to launch with some UI components. And yeah, you have this inbox component, and you can do basically a lot. And there are also things like, for example, I'm building a little web app, and I would like to send an email to them saying, hey, well done, you generated your first text-to-speech audio. And I could write up some function on the back end. I could link that and do all the logic, but it gets very quickly out of very quickly very complex, and it's hard to know when you're sending emails, when you're sending notifications. At some point you want to send a notification to yourself, you want to do something so when you have a lot of event driven actions, it's good to have some kind of system that relies on things. I don't know how this works exactly. Another thing you will probably use at some point when you build more complex and what's the word I'm thinking? Like a lot of people use systems. When you have a lot of when you have a system that a lot of people use and there's a lot of events and you want to send notifications, you probably need a job scheduler. Next.js. Let's see if there's one that people recommend, or just Node.js. I used to use one called Agenda. I don't think this is the most up to date now or most used, but it had a UI as well. Oh, there you go. Agendash. Let's see if they have a screenshot. Yeah, so it's actually, how do I zoom in? Can't zoom in. If I zoom out, make it bigger. Nice. So it's a very simple UI, and actually a very simple UI, but these are the event types. So send push notification, email campaign, anything like that. You will probably have thousands of these going once you have, a few people using your application. And if you have all this code, first of all, running in your everything in the backend, things will start to slow down because, it needs to wait for the API of your email service, your push notification service. All of those things take time. So one way to do this is to, let me see if I can find a diagram. Job scheduler diagram node. Something simple. Let's see if Google is a bit better. High level diagram. Simple. There's nothing simple here. I think this is the simplest design diagram that I can kind of reuse to explain this. Hello? Hello. Nice, medium is failing. Yeah, so imagine you have a user, right? And that user registers and you want to send an email, a welcome email. That user registers, it triggers your API, successfully creates a user, all of that. So all of that is done here. You put that data in the database, but then let me do this quickly, because this is not exactly what I want. How do I do a new page here? God damn it, this browser. Anyway, let's put it here. So imagine you have that, right? And then you want that email sent, that push notification, anything that kind of can work in the background. You don't want this to run on your main API server. You can run that later after you send the response back to user saying, all good, thanks for registering, keep on using the app. You can send that to your job scheduler. Let me put it in black. Job scheduler, I'll explain exactly what I mean. Scheduler. So you will have a job scheduler. Yep. And what is it used for is basically it says, okay, I want to send an email notification. So, or let's say it's more specific, welcome email. welcome email, right? This is the event that I want to trigger. The job scheduler said, okay, yes, I need to find who is listening for this, who's responsible for running this event, and it finds, and maybe normally you have what's called a task runner. So this is your server that it's in charge of actually doing the work. So it says, okay, you are in charge of sending emails. Imagine this is just for emails. You can have it for run for everything at the beginning and then split it into multiple, more runners if you want more dedicated things. But, once these two are connected, this is your agenda in the Node.js example. And then it's gonna actually, for example, you use AWS or you use resend, any third-party service to send the emails. Normally people do that. And with that, it takes it's the thing in charge of running the task, sending the welcome email. And one good thing about this, normally either the job scheduler, normally the job scheduler is in charge. One of the main features it has is also retries. So it retries. So imagine you are trying to send an email, or more likely push notifications. Push notifications, a lot they fail, either by the user has disabled notifications. Google or Amazon or Apple have some issues there, or you want to try to send it later, and you have some logic saying, has the push notification been received? You have a database that keeps track of that. I don't know what is that database here, but let's imagine this thing is a database. So you have your database going back and forth. So the task runner keeps track of things. So imagine I send a welcome email. Let's start from the beginning, okay? Let's rewind. A user comes into your mobile app. It registers. Then successfully, that is saved on the database, of course, and then it says welcome or whatever UI you want to show to the user. But at the API level, it's like, okay, great, continue. This is your authentication token. Continue. The API says, by the way, please send a welcome email to user 123. The job scheduler is now in charge. It has its own database, by the way, to keep track of, the jobs, the events, all of those things. So it has a database inside, or it uses a database, a little DB. Normally it's Redis, something like that, because it's a key value store. It says, okay, API sends, please send a welcome email to user 123. Then it says then the task runners, or or if there are multiple ones, it says, I'm in charge of sending welcome emails. It has you can write this, of course, in Node.js. And then it says, okay, great, I have the user. I need to send the data. I need to send an email to user 123. Let me get the data from the database, from that user ID. And then it sends the API call to AWS or resend to send those emails. It saves in the database saying, yes, that welcome email has been sent, for example, in that user database, in either user table or collection. And that's pretty much done if all works well. But as I said, if something happens and you need to retry, you can specify this event retries, up to 10 times. Wait 10 seconds every time you retry. You can even say try once with resend, once with AWS. You can have backups. It's such a simple system but it allows you to do so many more things, and mainly leave your main backend server on alone and just doing kind of handling user events. Not worry about, is the email sent, is the push notification sent, do we have to sync data? All those things can be done by a job scheduler or a task runner. So why did I explain all of this? Because this is kind of a job scheduler. I've never used it in detail. I always wanted to understand a little bit how it's built. It's open source. Let's see, what do they use technology wise? It's 95% TypeScript. What database do they use? Jesus, they have some packages here. I don't know what, I think I remember what NX is, but I don't remember, I don't see any, it has to use Redis, no? Postgres, MySQL, some SQL, Mongo, no? Huh, it has to be a database. Oh, probably on, I think they have a Docker file. Multiple Docker files. They have a web, they have an API. So what does the API? Oh, see, they have a worker. So that's probably what they use for handling events and I have to check. But let's see, in the Docker they use something. Let's try package.json. They use Next.js as their main JavaScript framework, not Next. They have a lot of Sentry for monitoring. They have they use SendGrid for sending emails. They use Upstash, which uses Redis for Redis for rate limiting. But their main database for non-Redis stuff. I mean, you can do a lot with Redis nowadays, but I would be a little surprised there's no it doesn't use Postgres. There we go. So they use Redis. Oh, they use MongoDB, and then they have an API server, a worker server, a WebSocket server, a web server. So yeah, and mainly MongoDB as our database. So they use MongoDB 8. I haven't used, I don't even know what is the latest. It's also, but yeah, so if you need notifications, scheduling emails, push notifications, Slack, all those nice things, you can deploy this, of course, yourself. But I think I do have a cloud offering. Yeah, so I can also start for free from, without deploying this yourself. 10,000 events per month. I think that's more than enough for most people. And then it starts at 30 next step. So it's not like, and of course, if for whatever reason you need to manage this and $30 per month is not, you don't see that's fair, you can always deploy that yourself, as we just saw. $1.20 per 1,000 events. That's not very cheap. I mean, they do manage the server. and I think I do have an account, but anyway, we're not gonna get into this. People use it, of course. People love MongoDB, loves this. You're using your database. Cool. So that's job scheduling and stuff like that. We still haven't written our prompt, but that is basically for push notifications, because I think it makes sense that you subscribe to a country or city or area, which we can also use MongoDB to do those kind of queries. And once you say, oh, are there any new berry spots near my city? I live in Malaga, and you're looking for some reasons to go hiking and discover new places. I think it's not the worst idea in the world, in my biased, humble opinion. So yeah, you subscribe to that. Of course, we need some more definition of the UI and the app, but yeah, there's gonna be a map. What else? What are we gonna have? We're gonna have a map, probably a navigation bar. I'm gonna use my remarkable tablet because I don't know how people draw on using a mouse. Come on. It's taking the time to open the app. Nice. So now I'm drawing here on the screen on the remarkable tablet, and you can see me drawing. That's nice. Let's make it a little bigger. That's maybe too big. Okay. So we have our screen, and what I'm thinking of is what are the main things that people want to do when you go hiking and you find the map. So that's the two main use case, right? Number one is you are on a hike and you want to quickly take a photo. So normally you use your phone, your main camera app, to take that photo. Then you click the share icon, and then the berry map will be one of those apps you can share the map with. And I think it's very similar to how making a post on Instagram. So I'll probably have to look at that, but I cannot share the screen that easily. Let me just have a quick look. How does it look like on my phone when you make a post on Instagram? Okay, the first thing that appears is you have your photos. So there's in this case I have a grid of, in my Android phone, so these are photos. You have a little thing called recent. You have a little camera icon, and you have a multiple selection camera thing. Oh yeah, you have a button. I don't know how to draw this, but it's a button to select multiple photos. Sometimes you want one, sometimes, and this is the preview. So it's I'm just gonna sort of copy this because we don't have time to reinvent the wheel. So you select a photo, you pick, and there's a X, of course, to close, new post, or new berry map, whatever, new post, and there's a next button. So there's a kind of a line at the top. And maybe actually we're gonna try to give this to the LLM, to bold.new, and see does it understand half of what I'm drawing. If you guys can understand, maybe the LLM can. So that would be interesting. So what is the next step when you are creating a post? They're editing. We're not gonna allow any editing of the photo. You edit that yourself, my friend, if you are so. The next thing is you still have the preview. Want to make them square. Square images, just so it's easier to, yeah, it's easier. Some caption, of course, add caption. And actually I can probably take screenshots of Instagram. Yeah, that's actually something you can probably try to do. Take a picture of your favorite app you kind of want to copy, or some screens you want to do the same for your app, or even of course a website, and copy them into bold.new. That's probably it's gonna be a better result than a drawing like this, because it has, I would say, more information, colors and stuff, and maybe understands better. What else? Okay, now we're gonna have to figure out the details. So we have that's a text area. Then then we're gonna have a location. That's the second most important thing. Location. So how are we gonna deal with location? Here they have like a pre-selected area, but what are we gonna do is like, okay, we're gonna have, oh, that's nice. We're gonna need specific. So we need a little button that I guess it's like locate me, or there's two options. Sorry, let's say you take a picture in the place and you, okay, so put my current location. So there's two options. Let's see if it makes sense. Current location, that's a button basically to get your GPS coordinates. It's gonna trigger a little hey, do you approve thing, because normally you need to accept those the first time. And then is, I guess, an arrow button that sends you to a different screen where you have a map, and you can search for the name of a location and then really pinpoint it and save that specific location. Yeah, so that's the two things I think we're gonna need. Once this becomes a community thing and not just post of berries or an Instagram clone of berries, we're gonna have tag people. So and of course we're gonna if you scroll down, it's gonna be the share button with a little icon on the people. And yeah, so that creates that. And then of course once the post is created, let's go 1, 2, 3. Once the post is created, I wonder if it does it go to your profile, or does it go to my profile, or does it go to the home screen? Probably it's better that it goes to the home screen. And then, yeah, that's the next thing we need to figure out. But we can start with this 3 screens and see what the LLM comes back with. And yeah, in a very very rough version of the home screen where you can find the barriers, which actually is the next screen. So let me delete this and take us. Can I save this? That's shit. That's stupid that you can't export or take a screenshot of this unremarkable desktop app. Anyway, I have this for later. Probably I can crop. I should probably crop this because I don't need. Whoa. I don't need that. How do I crop this again here? There we go. Okay, so that is done. So we have that. You post an new picture and a location. That's generally what we want, and then people were able to rate and send a comment. So it's a bit. It's a mix between Instagram and Strava for those who like running and exercising. Strava, it's like a social app to share your exercises. Let me see if I can show you guys my Android phone. I'm gonna probably leave in an hour, but let's see if this works. This is cool. So once you have installed Android Studio and you wait for everything to be installed, and you connect your Android with the USB and approve all the things, there should be an option somewhere. If you another important thing that you have to do, it's approve the permissions. Let me just connect the right USB cable. 1 minute. Yeah, so the thing to do as well is that you have to approve. It's not like you connect to your phone and magically you have access to the screen. That would be a little disturbing. You have to actually go to the phone settings, allow for USB debugging, and then I just did that, and you can see there's my Google Pixel here. And is this the icon I want? Yeah, there you go. So this is Strava. This is the app I was thinking about, where you have basically a stream or a feed of your friends' posts of when they go running. For example, my friend Fernando went running this morning and actually posted a picture. So see, actually, I think we're gonna copy this. We have the name of the person here, of your friend, for example, that he went hiking and found some berries. So yeah, we're gonna literally copy this. So we have a feed. We're gonna have the name berry map at the top. And yeah, maybe a notification bell at the top. I don't know how to make a bell. It looks more like a hat. Let me silence notifications for a little bit. Hopefully my wife won't call me. And while I do this, so this is a notification bell that we need. Then this is the first post. So under that, we are going to have the first post. Fernando. That's the name. That's the picture. The date. So like today at 9. Let's copy 39 a.m. and then dash location like Dublin, Ireland. And then some title, so like maybe that would be like blueberries. Oh yeah, that was something I should probably put in the other screen, which is like what type of fruit, right? That would make sense. It's optional, fruit, and these are tags. So it could be berry, blueberry, cherries, all kinds of berries, and mushroom. Actually, this could be good for mushrooms. Hey guys, we're gonna pivot to mushroom. We always can do the mushroom hunt app. If once we sell this app, we're gonna sell it to once we sell the berry map app to some VCs or some big company, we copy and paste the code, we call it mushroom map, and we sell it to another man. Gonna make money. Sorry, I didn't sleep much last night. Cool. So what else do we need? We have the berries. That's the that is this kind of morning run. That's the blueberries that we found. Of course, you can find multiple things, but that's one thing. Is this about finding things, or is it about physical? I'm gonna say it's about finding things and exploring. So maybe we can later add some. Oh yeah, it is exploring. Maybe it's a badge. Like you, the first time you hiked in South America. So we put a badge. First hike or post in South America. It's probably a post because we're not tracking your hike, but you know, it's related. Then yeah, then we have the map on the left. Let's see another one that makes it easier to see the map. Oh, look, I like this. The map is not the most important thing. The picture, sometimes the picture is the most important thing. If you post that picture, somebody took a screenshot of Twitter or something. Yeah, so this is another good example. Alex went for a run in Hungary. He wrote some description here. There's a read more, which opens, of course, the whole thing, which we're not gonna code today, but we're gonna or design today, maybe at some point. This is the big achievement. Budget / achievements. Achievement. And then we have the map on the left. And of course, this is not a hike or a thing, it's a location. So I'm gonna put this, and then yeah, imagine there's some berries here. So that's cool. That's pretty much a share thing, a post. Sorry, and then yeah, you have the like. How do I do a hand that looks like a like button? Yeah, that's not. Oh, you guys are not seeing the remarkable. My bad. Sorry. Yeah, so this is it, and then you have a comments button as well, and how many people will give kudos or likes. 7 likes, 1 comment. I mean, that is, if we're able to make this in the 1 hour left or so I have time for today, I mean, what else do you need in life? So we're not gonna do the locations thing today. That's for another day. And yeah, we have basically a home and a post button. So the bottom, we're gonna have a, let me see, actually, let's see if I can draw this in here. So this is the bottom navigation bar. So we have 2 buttons for now. We're gonna have later one home and post, and then at some point we're gonna have the profile, because you're gonna have to delete your posts and sign out and log out and change names and pictures and things like that. Yeah, that's something we haven't drawn or thought about, which is the registration flow. Unfortunately, you have to do those, but they are very similar. Yeah, this is Figma. I'm just thinking if there's any, maybe if we map hike, because this is more like a hiking up. Is there actually all the screens? Oh, well, they have all the screens designed here. Find your perfect workout partner with FitBuddy. Let's get started. Oh, one thing I forgot. I think it's where is the share? Because it doesn't really make sense here to share, but on Instagram, of course, if I open Instagram, and hopefully the videos don't start playing, but they do. Too many videos. There's a picture, so it doesn't annoy me. Okay. How you allow yourself 8 to 12 hours of alone time every morning to prepare for the day. And imagine you say, ah, ha, ha, that's so funny. You click the share button and you can share it. So yeah, maybe the arrow or something like that we'll have to put on the individual post, so that it's probably like this. So that's the comment button, and we have the like button, and then we have the, I think here is this share thing. So that's a share, that's comment, and like. Oh, sorry, again. Yeah, so that's the share button and like. So that's our other screen, and I think I edited this a little bit, so let me take another screenshot. So let's see what the LLM does if I say build me an app. And actually this would be interesting. Another example, another experiment you guys can do as well is load this Figma, search for FitBuddy, and say, okay, make me an app. And it has all this, it has a lot of screens. It doesn't have all the different states of every screen, so you don't know how it looks exactly. But I mean, this is actually pretty good. Where is the map? I wanted to see the map. This could be what it looks like, the map, where when you are on the specifying which map, which location you are posting about, and it's not your current location. So that's maybe the screen. You have the search at the top, and then the results hopefully come down, and you can just search them and then move them up to exactly pinpoint the right location. This is nothing else. Hiking mobile app. Let's see, what do they have? Do they have more screens? Somebody made a redesign, so sometimes people do that, and you can see what they did. Does it actually show us something? I don't think this is a good redesign. But hey, you can. They tried. Oh, this is an interactive one. That's nice. This is a nice one. Let's open this. While that it's loading, let's see what else we have in here. We don't have much here. We have a little like exploration on the top. That's not bad. The notification thing. I guess this is a search. I'm not really sure. So no, that's not good. How do you start a prototype? I think it's this button. So yeah, Figma, you can do prototypes. Those are pretty cool. You can, in theory, design the entire app, not code a single line of code, and show it to a developer or potential investor and say, hey, I'm gonna build this. I'm really into hiking or running. I designed with my co-founder or by myself this hard thing, and I wanted to do it like this because of, so you have something to talk about and show them. So this is actually amazing. And you can scroll, you have comments that already appear, you have congratulations. Yeah, I think I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna use this and see how this works. How do you get out of the prototype? I think that's the wrong button. Let's try this, right? Let's go to bold on new project, and you guys said that if I go to put this Figma link, which you copy from here, copy link, and I go Fig or figma.com. Let's see what it manages to do. What is Anima? Anima must be something that they are using in order to get Figma components and code and things. Because actually behind the prototype is all these little designs, all these components. These are actually called components as well in Figma. See, these components has two variants. How do you see the variants again? Or is a variant with one variant with two values, so it can be true or false. So it could be you know, you can like or dislike that specific post. This is the post. It's actually very nice. Let's give this a heart. Oh, enable to connect. Thank you very much. Paste the link. I will try retrieving the frame. So that was the prototype, right? Maybe the prototype is too complex to do that. What do we want to do? Let's try the feed. See, marketing is great on paper until AI does not work. Is there an error on my side or just their API? Oh, Figma error caused by object. Is it a a Firefox issue? Or no? Or Anima? API Anima. It's returning 403. I think that's an error. Let me try on Chrome, and if not, we'll give it a picture. I thought I was logged in on Chrome. I guess I wasn't. Oh, he didn't ask me to log in on Figma first. I guess I need access to my Figma because that's not a public link. Like if I go in an incognito, it should tell me please log in. So I don't know how Figma or whoever has access to that. Oh, it is a public thing. Okay, maybe you don't need them to be logged in. But let me log in just in case. Yes, Bolt can have access to everything and read, hopefully. Only access. Ah, no. Okay, so Anima, it's failing on those designs. Let's then take a picture of this, and to get a good high quality picture, we'll export a 2x JPEG and see how does it deal with this thing. Everything is transparent. How do I do so it's not transparent? Appearance, opacity, fill. Yeah, maybe that's a bit better. I think that's better. The LLM should hopefully get that better. Let's see, there's an image a bit too big, too high def. I use this website called squish.app to compress images. Figma usually generates the biggest bloody image it can do. So if you select for PNG this one, don't reduce the palette, there's no need most of the time. And it already does a pretty good job by compressing, and now it's 10% smaller, I think. Or it reduced by 10%. Okay, reduced by 10%. So let's actually try 256 colors instead of probably 16 bits. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. In size, and I mean, it's hard to see it in this resolution. Let's see, we can see the difference here. Yeah, see, like there's, for in my eye and video compression, you guys probably less, but there's not much difference. I don't really like this actually, but that's the good thing about Figma and designs. Like, oh, this looks like a nice design, but why is this is a bit too close. You go to the component. Can you not double click? How do you go to the component? I wanna, I don't know if this is a component. Like I can move that. Go to main component. Once you go to the main component and I want to move this. Hello? This picture, can I just move it to the right? Oh no, I moved it too much. I want a little padding on the left, for example, so can do that. I don't like these rank badges. And this stroke is probably something I don't like, so you can take it off. See, so you know, that's actually not a bad thing to do. Activity stats, we're gonna take them off. This probably is better to have a berry map, but that's, you know, that's for another day. Kudos. I don't like this icon. See, all these things can be easily done, and then I can give that hopefully to the LLM now, and it's gonna do a better job. So let me again export this for hopefully the last time. Then compress it again, so we don't send a huge image to the LLM, even though it's probably gonna hopefully do some compression, because otherwise that's a lot of tokens that a bold node new is gonna send to the LLM, and that means more expensive. It's gonna be more expensive for them, I think. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking shit. Okay, so we have our basic prompt. We're gonna leave this for later. Because we're not gonna do that in the next 45 minutes. We're gonna search. No, we're not gonna search. Add a new berries post with GPS photos. What else did we say? Caption. A list of fruit tags, or veggie. I guess you can any type of fruit or vegetable. What is a location, and tag people in the future. Tag friends on posts later. Main features, it's a new post screen, has these features. Share posts via native share. Select photos from gallery. Grid of 4 images, or 4 columns or rows. I always get confused. 4 columns of images with a preview on the top. you can select multiple images by tapping on the image, and there is a small circle on the top left corner of each image on the gallery grid. The more specific you are, the better the LLM knows what you're talking about. And in theory, this is already a very complex thing to do in one shot, and we're telling him or it to do everything at once. So it's gonna get it wrong. It's gonna assume a lot of things incorrectly. But you know, maybe with this thing plus this thing plus if any of you enhance the prompt, it could actually do a better job. It could actually understand a little bit better what you're trying to do, and do that. So that is the new post screen, I think. Let's put location, just text for now. The location is a text field, or what does it say? Or of the place name or the GPS coordinates. For now, I just want to do that, like this tag, this arrow to go to a new screen. That's for another day. Probably you have to specify which fields are required, which fields are optional, but that's for the second time. I think we should probably add some, not now, I'm gonna do the main screen, view all the posts in a list, feed, stream. There's no filter. Yeah, we're gonna have all of that. Map, location, static. You can like, comment, and share a post, and probably report. There is a 3-dot menu on the top right corner of the post to edit report. Just report for now. It's a drop-down menu. Cool. So that's for the posts, this thing, and I would say like the 3 dots are here, including the photo, the location, date, and name of the user who posted. In the future, we'll put badges. Yeah, I think that's you can see the number of likes and comments on the post. I think that's pretty good, and that's it. We're gonna have a think about the database schema, because to actually work you have to store the data somewhere. Before that, we need some technology to specify. So technologies, React Native, Expo. It's suggesting Firebase. I'm gonna say Supabase. It's a free free to start cloud database, which I've used. TypeScript, React navigation, React paper probably. Oh yeah, what was the thing that we were using in was it native wind? Native wind for styling. So maybe we don't need React native paper. What are we gonna use for authentication? Auth0? Let me just check. What did I use for the Call Me Please app that I haven't finished yet? Is it in the API? Oh, I have a dedicated package. Next.auth. Can you use Next.auth? I guess you can. I mean, so where are the I've mentioned many times, but where it's the repository I based on this from? Oh, there we go. So I took, let's say, inspiration / copied these two. Why is it going the wrong way? This camera is moving and going the wrong way. Okay, I think that's better. Yeah, so these are the two repositories that I've found that seem very good. This is a clean and simple starter repo using the T3 stack along with Expo React Native. So you can do that. It uses Turbo package or Turbo repo to have multiple things in your repository. It's called a mono repo. You have some authentication proxy. You have the actual mobile app. In an Expo folder, you have the Next.js server to have a little landing page and to do also the API and client. I'm not sure why. You have APIs, you have authentication, and oh yeah, Drizzle and Supabase. Yeah, let's be more specific. And Drizzle, that is an ORM or object relational mapping. So instead of writing raw SQL, you can it's a framework kind of. You have all the tooling that most TypeScript and Next.js and React apps use, and say they keep on updating. Like they just updated to Expo 53 2 weeks ago, so this is a very good starter. It also supports React 19 now. So using Expo to unblock, yeah, that makes sense. I've tried it I've tried the Next.js and React 19 with this canary version, and don't worry about it. It just kind of works. And yeah, so they keep it up to date, which is very nice, and they did this 2 weeks ago. So let's give this a good thumbs up to Vania Popovic from the UK in Glasgow. Cool. What other pull requests are they doing, by the way? not sure, 19 hours ago, something stable. TRPC, oh, they updated TRPC, I guess. Maybe. From TRPC 67 to, I don't know, some TRPC package versions. Any major issues lately people have encountered? People say it's slower. I mean, React Native is not the fastest thing. It's talking about the requests are slower. Lol, there's an artificial delay that was added. So yeah, we probably need to remove that if that is there. Actually, do I have that in my app? In my Expo app, the Call Me Now one. Or Call Me Please. Oh, only development. Well, what does it do? Timing middleware. I don't know, but I'm gonna take this out and commit this just in case these work. Even in development mode, that's not a good experience developing this. Okay. Cool. So now that I've figured that, it seems good. It's good to keep up on these repositories, and especially if you're using them, they always, in theory, keep them up to date, and you never know what they just fixed or people are complaining about, and it hasn't been fixed, so you might want to see that. This is the other repository I was using. Let me check what is the difference in this case. I forgot. It uses native wind, which it's it's basically Tailwind CSS but for React Native. You have a lot of options to do this. You have React navigation, which we want. Expo router or React navigation. Actually, let's use Expo router because it's a file-based routing similar to Next.js now. What else do we need? We need a safe area context so things look well on different devices. And yeah, as a curiosity, what version of Expo are they? Where is the code? I always get confused. Where is the code? Oh, it's in src templates packages. Okay, wow. So there's a base. I think maybe it's here, the Expo. Expo router. I want to see if I can figure out what version of Expo does it. No. Constant? Is it a constant? Is it a package thing here? Expo 51. So they are on Expo 51. We are on this is on Expo 53. So let's go with 53 and that one. Let's just double check if that is the right file I'm looking, because this could be another, it could be actually defined somewhere else with so many files. If I put Expo 5, will it know which version? Oh, it's 52. It's 52 then, Expo 52. I'm gonna have take a little break, guys. I need to take a phone call, but I'll be back. Hello. Okay, sorry. Life happens. I just want to actually, out of curiosity, is anybody? Oh, yeah, maybe probably a lot of people drop off, but is anybody watching this? How do you get to the studio? Because it's not always. Sometimes it's different. I should probably change that image, but yeah, no, I didn't lose more people that I. Can you rate my portfolio website? Not really. But thanks for tuning in, I guess, guys or girls. Let's continue. I think I have another, let's gonna say 35 minutes. Let's actually write at least some code today. How do we start this? Cool, so let's use that. I wonder if it's gonna work in this folder. But yeah, this is actually a very good thing if you already know, if this is not maybe your first React Native app, I would definitely suggest you to use this. Has one conflict file. Let's see, I guess I have to say how do you get, sorry, you guys are not seeing everything. Let me rename, or maybe if I move the file temporarily, will it let me do this here in this folder? pnpm. It seems a bit faster. Yeah, I think that works. That's great. And then put it back. So yeah, that's basically, it's gonna install all those things. There's actually no options. The other repo, create Expo stack, gives you different options, which sometimes is good because you kind of want to pick and choose. But at the same time, if you are more opinionated, then you make sure these things work for you, or at least work in general. And while at this, you need to be able to support all of these things. So there's more things to work on and support on a repo that is, I don't know, it's, there's more branches. I don't know, I think you need more developers, more maintainers. While in here, in theory, it's less complex, I would say. And you pick in theory the best things for a relatively simple mobile app. So that's why I picked this, and also because it's using Expo 53, which is, I want to say, is not the latest. What is the latest? Where does it say? I guess on GitHub for sure, but maybe, and then I'm wrong. It cannot be on 53 if there's no 53. All right. What? So it's on 53 experimental. Wow, it's bleeding edge. That's cool. Hopefully it worked. Cool. So git init, if we haven't done it already. Remote caching. I don't know. I can't remember if this works. It helps for local environment as well. It probably does. We have this still working. Yeah, So we have our code editor here, we have a readme file, we have our map. But one thing I haven't done, as I started with, is using bolt not new. So let's, where is it? Let's give it the prompt. Let's improve the prompt. First with our enhanced prompt thing here. I'm gonna keep it here for posterity, for the future. So prompt improved by bolt new, and let's check what it did. Berry spotter, no, that's a bad map. And berry space map. Create a community-driven berry map foraging app. Post creation screen, implement a photo selection, enable multi-optional selection with circular indicators, with small, include fields to I guess it makes sense. Include fields for in the next screen. In the next screen, include fields for upload. I guess you already are upload to Supabase storage. I've never tried it. I've used Vercel blob storage, which is like an AWS S3, or this is I think the same, but maybe it's gonna be simpler because we should only have a Supabase connection. And by the way, Supabase Bolt works with Supabase, so in theory it might be even able to start a project. I don't know. Include form validation and error handling. Yeah, I think that's important. Native share functionality. No, there's no sharing on this screen. Chronological post stream with chronological, yes. By the way, as a side note, 22, if you search for Twitter, I think it's Twitter GitHub algorithm, they said it was open source. Is this open source? Okay, I guess they open sourced it once and that's it. So yeah, there's a lot of models and a lot of things. Do we have a feed? Bundling fields. Oh, I haven't. I probably should look at videos about this, and maybe I'll do a little, breakdown or simplification of all these services and recommendation algorithms and stuff that you would need to make something for like Twitter. But you have this data, these features, and this thing, everything in order to get a timeline. Like this is, so you have ads, you have who you follow, and then basically all of this data and feed and graphs, all this data, all these candidate sources, some neural network, and some other heuristics and filtering to later show you either an ad, a post from who you follow, or a post from a recommended user. So we're not gonna do anything like that, but if you're interested in getting some real stuff, I guess you can do that. I wonder if, for example, Reddit hot algorithm is open source, or there is a small thing that we can ideally implement. There's something here which is nice, based on votes. I guess it's just based on votes, which actually might be more than sufficient for us. You can say to a large language model, is this the actual code? Probably this is the whole code that you need. Of course, it depends on how recent the post is. Some scores of ups and downs. In our case, we only have ups, and this is how it how it computes the hot score. So you could tell LLM, hey, actually, let's do that for fun's sake. Convert this to TypeScript. Yeah, I'm using Gemini 2.5 Flash thinking, so it should take a little time, but hopefully we'll do its thing. Sometimes also, by the way, on the README, let's remove everything except for the link for this. Feed and timeline algorithms. We can give it a link to this Reddit hot algorithm, which is using some Wilson score interval. And then if you want to go hardcode, and then you can take the Twitter algorithm repo. How do you copy a link? And the last thing I wanted to check, it was three things. It was Reddit algorithm, Twitter's algorithm, oh, and not really an algorithm. I think it's stream.io. It's a service. No, it's a stream feed service, something like that. I think it's called stream dev. No, feed notifications. It's similar to what I said. Oh, getstream.io. So getstream.io allows you to make these feeds. So in theory, we should actually tell Bolt, hey, use this in order to make an activity feed. See, like, hello is 80% of what we want. It probably has some Expo, React Native. No, maybe in the docs. Try the API. That's why I'm asking for the docs. And like when I click on docs, you don't get the docs. Okay. These are things, but activity feeds. Okay. All their source can be found on their main GitHub. Okay, that's not really useful. Some key concepts, you have activities, reactions, fan out. Yeah, so all of these things that you probably need to think about and understand in order when to make a feed or an activity stream. And see, you have ranking. That's basically what those algorithms do some kind of ranking. You can in functions, or of course you can write your own one, right? Based on, of course, the data that you have. I don't know if you can use an external service. You have a decay. Basically, after some time or minutes, I'll see, like if it's a post that it's I don't know, less than half an hour, don't show it to people, but after half an hour, show it to more people. I would say that's how I interpret that graph without knowing anything about this. But yeah, this is a very cool service, and also pretty sure he has a free tier. Oh, they don't have a free tier anymore, at least for activity. Oh, they have for chats and pay as you go for moderation, but not for activity field. Okay, well, never mind. So yeah, okay. So well, at least you know you can learn how to replicate this activity feed. Let's see. They have example apps, Twitter, a tutorial, Node.js example. They have a social music app built in which way? Don't know. A notification system. They really need to up their game in documentation if they want people to start paying $50 per month without having much. This example hasn't been updated in 8 years. Very nice. I guess activity is not their main it's not their main product anymore. They're just everything about chats. Okay, well, yeah, don't use stream for activity fields, guys and girls. They won't be able to help you, and they haven't been able to keep up to date. If you need, I guess, for live and chat streaming, then maybe yes. All right, so go back to our prompt. Yeah, for the moment we're gonna do chronological post stream, display user name, profile user name, location name, and country, photo, carousel. No, let's call it a carousel with a static map and photo and photos. Engagement metrics, I don't know what you call them, engagement, and number of likes and comments, and date. Share capability under the three dot. Pull, refresh, infinite scroll. Yeah, that's something we definitely gonna need. Expo router. I think we said next auth. Ensure handling of. Why did you took this out? Offline states, loading states, error boundaries, image caching. Let's not worry about that. Location permission. Yeah. So this is what it came up with, which is not bad. I don't think he added anything that new. Maybe the XAuth I need to update here. The carousel, yeah, it's better to be that specific. Now let's give that to our friend Claude 3.7 thinking. Oh, which we don't have access to here, right? So let's go to console.anthropic. So sometimes you need to go directly to the API to use the latest models, because of course these these apps and code editors, you know, need to always keep things up to date. But if you go to the console of Anthropic, or let's also go to, I think it's platform.openai playground, you can run and use just a few cents per things. For example, in theory, I could use the O1 Pro, which just to curiosity, how much does it cost? Because this is the most expensive model. And the Pro model is $150 per million tokens. So we're talking about, if this is that one, it's 60 times more expensive. And also the 2.5 preview is pretty expensive. So be careful, guys, to putting large prompts to these LLMs, because yeah. And make sure you have, I think in the settings somewhere here, you have limits. So make sure you have usage limits. What? Oh, this is my work account. Makes sense. Yeah, make sure you have a yeah, cool. So let's try with this. I think the second best reasoning model from OpenAI. It's that one. It's O3 Mini. Let's click here, and then on Anthropic's side, we're gonna put the same user prompt and the same system/developer prompt. Here you have to select this checkbox in order to enable thinking. You have these budget tokens. I guess for such a large, well, not such a large, but for larger things, you might want to increase the max number of tokens and max number of thinking tokens. I'm gonna increase that to 3 and to 3. Temperature 1. I think 1 means, oh, you can't change temperature when it's thinking. Interesting. Anyway, let's press that button and see what it comes up with. As I say, the thinking models or the reasoning models first start to think, So this is like, okay, I need to do this. Let me think about what do I need to do. And now and later it's gonna actually stream or return the output. And oh yeah, I didn't use that many tokens. This one used fewer tokens as well. And also here, instead of having those where was this? These max tokens or budget tokens, at least on here you can say reasoning effort. So how much, basically how many reasoning tokens it's gonna use. How do you show the, how do I get the reasoning tokens? There's no way to get them? I think there's none. Anyway, this is what I came up with. Or this is what I wrote, sorry. Here's an improved version, okay. Support multi-photo selection. I wouldn't call, well, I guess you can call them tag because you select them. Ensure photos are uploaded, provide feedback for upload progress and errors, post details form. Yeah, these are good. You know, this is probably good to know, good to have. The formatting is a bit weird. Ask for permissions, that is good because you're gonna have to ask, otherwise it's gonna fail. Predefined tags, yes, that makes sense. Yeah, allowed to pick one from berry type. Yeah, this got a bit specific, but let's see. So basically that's what I do, right? I have my initial little prompt. I try to write as much as I can, pick the technologies that I know I need, then use different tools to improve the prompt, from bold.new to Anthropic to Google. And once you have those, read. I know this is, you know, you just want to press the button and get the code, and but sometimes it's better to, as they say, measure twice and cut once. So let's pick what it told me and add it to my, let's say, final prompt. So what was good about the photo selection? Oh no, this was the the next screen. Allow users to pick one or multiple predefined tags of fruit. Yeah, let's say max 5. Oh yeah, where's the text field or caption? I think I forgot to put it here. Huh. Oh yeah, no, it's here, sorry. Max caption, a text field, or a text area field. Use location services. Ask for permission. For I think in Android it's called precise permissions, because otherwise it would be too not very specific, the GPS, because you want to know exactly as much as possible where that berry bush is. In the upload part, which I guess it's gonna be in this screen, in the form validation, ensure mandatory fields and enforce character limits, show friendly error messages. That's nice to have. Feed screen. Alongside, I think that's a good way of describing. Alongside the upload, the images, the photos. I think in the comment section, display last comment. Not all the comments, or don't open another screen for now. Report functionality. There you go. Report with confirmation. You know, see, actually these models are not bad. They actually do think it's roughly the way I would think. Implement pull to refresh to reload posts and infinite scroll for lazy loading of polls as the user scrolls. This is important because otherwise it could be really get really slow as you scroll. I think we're gonna use and try to use Spotify React Native feed package. Is it not Spotify? No, it's not Spotify. It's Shopify. There we go. Flash list. So basically it's a more performant list. Say you have an array of, in this case, tweet cells. You see how many in estimate you're gonna need or display, I guess. And let me see if I open this to show you better. And if it's a video. Yeah, so basically if you want to have such a performant, super fast scroll like in Twitter, you're likely you're gonna have to use something like this. Otherwise you'll see it what the hell is this? You'll see it lagging. And Shopify use this. There guys in Expo like this, and they did some performance comparisons where the CPU is 32% less, 4% less RAM, and it uses less time per frame, I think. And they even analyzing graphs. So this really investigated the hell out of it. So yeah, and it works with Expo. So let's use flash list. And let's have a quick look at their GitHub, because always when you add external packages, it's good to check are they being up to date and supported with all the things that you need to support. Three months ago it works with Expo. I don't think it needs a special version of Expo. There might be some native code that they have, so it has to be that, but I would say it should work. Let's say this app has a list, and the list uses this list, and then they use the flash list, and they render the items, and it's literally as simple as that. Some estimated time, item size, sticky data indices, and even supports a header and a footer. So yeah, this is very nice. Use okay. Those are the technical details. What else? Oh yeah, let's go back to I guess this is not a bad thing to tell. Ensure handle locations permission explicitly, error handling. I don't know if it's going to be able to do all of this. Also, by the way, it's not going to do this in one go. It's going to try, but then I think it stops because also the LLMs cannot, you know, especially Anthropics and OpenAI cannot just split 1 million tokens in one go. You have to go, okay, continue. Plus it's gonna make a lot of errors. So that's good. I like this. Thank you for this. Let's see what Anthropic and Claude came up with. It's a little harder to read for me anyway. Yeah, it's adding an email in registration. I'm not gonna. We're gonna have to do this, but otherwise, you know, which user is gonna post. But I wanna just show some screen without it. Privacy controlled for sensitive locations, no. Ripeness indicator, estimated quality. Seasonality information. I think you can figure that all out from a picture yourself if you really need to find the best berries for some reason. Clustering for dense areas. We're not gonna have a discovery screen or map view, or are we? Huh. That's for another time, but I'm gonna save it. And actually might be before the notifications. I think we might want a map view for actually showing maps of fruit location clusterings, when, you know, basically you see a lot of little dots. If there's a lot of different dots, instead of showing 5 dots, you put 1 dot and it has little different color or something to say, okay, there's a lot of fruit locations here. Recency, popularity. I guess recency, yeah, it makes sense. If you see a post from 1920, the berries are not gonna be there. I guess it's part of the search current location integration. I don't know what. Oh yeah, I guess search in the current location. Community features. Yeah, there's no threads. There's no save. The reporting. Community guidelines for foraging etiquette. That's funny. Expo image picker. Is there an Expo image picker? Image picker. Oh, nice. So then let's tell it to use, because the more explicit you are, the better. Otherwise it's gonna hallucinate or invent things or do things manually that maybe there's no need. And I'm pretty sure these Expo components are supported. Okay, this is pretty bad. I wanted actually more like Telegram, where you have the images underneath. So Expo image, I guess it's like a photo gallery picker. Yeah, more. I think I want more like this, because that's like Instagram's one. This is a Flutter package, which is definitely different tech. Yeah, I wanted this. So maybe we don't need to, we don't have to use that, and we just need to copy all the code here. Let's just put that in our README for later. For posteriority, whatever it's called. Oh yeah, state management, React context, and lightweight. State management, that's a good point. I didn't specify what state management I want to use. For state management lately, actually, what did I use for call me please? Did I use anything so far? I think I did. Let's use the same, because there's too many things to know in this life to keep on changing every day. Just stand, I want to say. Yeah, bare necessities for state management. Yeah, so we're gonna use that. That's a good point. Anthropic, we need a state management library, comprehensive. Analytics, yeah, one day if anybody downloads this. So actually that's not too bad. I can give it a thumbs up. You gave me some couple of good tips. You can close this, close this, and now that we have a fairly good prompt, and it's almost time for me to go, I can tell the LLM okay, and I can tell it do that. So React Native mobile app called Berry Map with the following specifications. I think this is the same. It's a berry foraging app implementing these core features. Yeah, I think that might be not terrible one. And basically you press and you wait and you hope it does roughly what it's gonna do. I didn't post any screenshots or any diagrams. Let me start sort of closing things. Let's go back to this. So this was very good. I'm gonna copy this, put that on the README. It's called Strava application redesign. let's wait for the LLM to do its thing. Of course, I actually started this project from something, so I think I did npm installed or pnpm install. I have things running. So actually, while it's running, while Bolt it's doing its thing, let me see if I can just run this. I have this shortcut or alias to run dev. I want to see it's what I need. Yeah. And this is basically Expo repo, if I'm not wrong. And it runs all the tasks for you. And there's an error on here. I guess it's missing some environmental variables. Oh, yeah, why do we need Discord? Yes, you can copy. Please let me copy. There's no... No, we don't want Discord. Can I not provide a provider? Let's figure that out. Oh yeah, this is, I think it's waiting for those environmental variables, so it's gonna fail, and we don't have a Postgres URL, so we're definitely gonna have to add that, and I'm gonna do that. And auth secret can be super secret 1, 2, 3. How do I close all servers? So well, this is still... See, at the end, normally it says, let me know when you want to continue implementing the post creation. Normally there's a link. Because how do I scan this from the simulator? Or also there is an error. Okay, let's see if I can fix this. Did the error go away? No. Error is still there. So I think this is just, can I, oh, something happened. It's opening the web, because React Native can also run in the web, but I'm not sure what I clicked or what is happening. Bold expo.dev. Maybe I need a Chrome to run this. Sometimes so you have to use Chrome for development in general. Or sometimes it's not your problem, it's their problem. Okay, maybe it's just white because there we have this error here, which is not doing anything. What did it do? There's some Babel things. Anyway, I'm gonna continue with the main, what was it called? Main specification and features. Even though it's not working, it is writing code, so we could take this code and paste it in our code editor, which is more likely what I normally do. So I'm gonna make a new Supabase project, but in order not to show you guys the passwords, I'm gonna move it here. Is it gonna? Can't make a new project. Guess I'm gonna have to use call me please project for some reason. Oh no, I'm using I'm silly. I don't even remember what I used. Okay, so yeah, I can make a new one. What did we call this? Berry map React Native. I guess berry map is a good one. Maximum number of projects of I knew that could happen. Okay, well then let's reuse that. Project URL. But it's asking me for the Postgres URL. Why is it using directly Postgres rather than Supabase? I guess it's using SQL. Okay, it's not using. Oh, I see. It's just using. Sorry, I'm not showing you, but one second. I'll show you in a second. Would you like me to continue? Yes, continue, my friend. I'm just trying to find a Postgres connection URL, which I think there you can get it. If I be able to find it in Supabase dashboard. me see if you guys can help me, or you guys can see this with me. Can I change, by the way, the location? No. Integrations. How do I check? Actually, let me not share this just in case. The API and everything, it's it shows there. Yeah, it shows without revealing. Not the greatest thing. Okay, I'm gonna ask the AI, where can I find the Postgres URL? Settings, and then database, and then connection string. Oh, you can find the project. You can find the project connect details by clicking connect on the top bar. I guess this. Okay. Cool. And who knows what is the password now? My password. I think I save it, hopefully. Oh, thank you. Thankfully I did. Let's put this. So what I did is simply put the Postgres environmental variable with the password and URL that comes from, you know, what is it called? That comes from Supabase. See if I can show you without showing you the password. Oh, it's not. Oh, okay, then 1 second. I think this is the wrong one then. I forgot the username. And the thing looks actually very different. A different port. And host. Okay, let's see if maybe it's different. Anyway, I basically put the Postgres URL with, yeah, something that looks more like this, AWS 0. And I don't have this workaround thing. Do I need a workaround? I just want to see who added that workaround. If you do git blame, you can see who made a change on this line, or who was the last person who made a change to this line. So somebody just moved from planet scale to Supabase and just put that there, workaround. Any mention of our workaround? Why there's a workaround? No. Alright, so I'm not gonna put it. If it doesn't work, we'll continue. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have like 10 minutes. I just want to do hello world. Let's run this again at locally first. Let's see if the Expo, sorry, if the Next.js server works. No. What are you complaining? Invalid string Postgres URL. Why are you complaining about that again? Valid string. Let me see if I need to call it .env and not .env local. Maybe that is the thing. I'm gonna go directly to the Next.js and run dev just here. So just runs this app or server and see if it doesn't complain. Cool. So if this doesn't complain, then I can go back and run all the things. And I think I do have Expo Go installed, so I can does it not connect to it? Let's see. Press I to open the iOS simulator. Press I to open the iOS simulator. No development build. Please make and install development build on the device first. I think it's already here, but anyway. Let's see if I can just tell it to go. I think, yeah, this is the Expo URL. So if let me paste. Yes, paste. Oh. Can I press connect? No. Okay, something wrongly copied and pasted. Yes. Come on. What in the hell? Why I cannot even press? Do I have to log in and view local servers? What? Do I have to log in? You guys are hilarious. Probably need to use Google. No. That's not what they mean by that. And now what is my password? God damn it, you guys. Now I have 2 accounts, of course. What is my password? All right, I think I managed to log in. I have my little icon here. Now I'll go back to here, copy, let's try. Paste, connect, enter. No. Scan the QR code. The web is waiting. What is the web? It's waiting. So the Expo React Native web. Let's see, what does this look like? Of course, it doesn't copy. This turbo shit, it's not good. Okay, it says it's opening the iOS project. And I don't know if you guys can see me, but everything seems a little frozen. Let's do the normal way, which is go to each app, run dev. Go to the Expo app, run dev. Have different windows doing different things, being chill. Okay, so there's an issue. Unable to resolve React Native Web. Maybe we didn't install it, or it didn't come out of the box. React Native. Probably I need to start the out proxy as well, but let's at least get some error in a screen. What am I looking at? Web. Yeah, there's no React Native Web. That's probably why it doesn't work. So okay, so why don't start React Native Web? If there is no React Native Web to start with, open the simulator. What do I need to do? Build? I forgot these things. Or I think I need to do start so that it runs, so that it builds some kind of native things first. Yeah, that's literally what I pasted roughly. Huh, no, it's different. Okay, so it's building that. Should probably write that. Gets started, and we're getting close to our end of the stream. So I'm gonna commit everything, add everything, commit message, first commit. Let's just check what are we committing, not committing, committing. Yeah, I think that's good for now. First commit, git push. Oh, we need to add the remote. GitHub. Did I create the berry map? I think I didn't yet. I need a repo. Let's create a quick repo. All nothing. First commit, branch master, add the remote, and push it to main because this is the main branch. Let's remove. I think we're not gonna have any of those things. And a little description. It's on the roadmap. Okay. So that is pushed. Xcode is building the app, which hopefully will work. While that is running and building, I'm gonna update the YouTubes. We actually never used cursor at the end, guys. That is interesting. I guess we're not doing any coding. We're still figuring things out. So it's, I guess, normal. We'll need a new thumbnail for the YouTubes. All my CPU cores and everything is going 100%. Let's copy this guy's thumbnail idea. Build a mobile app. To find what is wrong with this button? Why does that look better than this? I think this button needs to be a bit further down. Yeah, align center to that. And I think this text is larger. So where's the font size? Oh, it's mixed. I think that's a bit better. Align that to the center of that. And now let's just find a little berry image. And what the hell is this? Anyway, smudge. If it's perfect, it took too long. I like this. Copy. 1 second, guys. Okay, this looks like it's not gonna finish today, so we're just building. I think we did a good progress. We wrote a comprehensive prompt, and yeah, hopefully we'll make more progress next weekend, and actually show some code and show some show some progress, and hopefully build a quick app with vibe coding. Bye guys, thanks for tuning in.